Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
And yes, they are. The dogs are barking. Who let the dogs out? That's what I want to know. All right. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Oh No Girl Yes. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, make sure you follow us on YouTube and Patreon. And welcome to a new week, a new day has dawned.
It has.
You agree with that? Okay.
Well, yeah.
All right, so we're talking about what we're going to talk about today. It's actually an article that came out back in April. It was a podcast or an Instagram live that Halle Berry did with Lena Waithe. And this particular interview, podcast, article, whatever, got a lot of traction and it got a lot of comments from people, mostly men, mostly black men, because Halle Berry said that she's single, she's enjoying being single, she plans on being single for a while. Mm-hmm. And everybody, the men are like, oh, that's because she's crazy. Halle Berry's crazy. Halle Berry can't keep a man. And basically all this vitriol towards Halle Berry. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand it. What did you feel when you saw the article or you saw the response to the article online?
Well, first, when I saw the article, I thought, you gave it the old Yale try. I mean, after you're married for 3 times and it doesn't work, and she has 2 beautiful children, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay, that part of my life, I tried that.
We good.
And I don't want to do that again. And I applauded her. I was like, good for you. Do what makes you happy at this point, not necessarily what society wants to see you. You know, we're raised from children to say that this is the way you go. You get married, you have children, you live happily ever after. That didn't happen for her. Not 1, not 2, not 3 times.
Right.
So, okay.
But do you feel like it hadn't happened not 1, not 2, not 3 times because she crazy?
No, and that never crossed my mind.
How would you know that?
Right. And then when I saw people saying it, I was like, oh, okay. Well, is that what people think?
Well, I feel like that's the assumption. I mean, people call us probably think we crazy because we single, beautiful women who are still out here on this island for some reason. Oh, well, she must be crazy. Yeah. And it's this unfair assessment of a woman who has standards or who isn't desperate or who don't just have to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship that you crazy. And I
didn't have to be in a relationship to be a happy,
well-rounded person. Exactly. Like you're missing something because you're single. And it's like, you know, all of us can be with anybody. That ain't the hard part. Now, to be with somebody you like and love, that's where it gets a little sticky. You know? And so, like you said, if she's been married 3 times, she has 2 kids, what else would she be trying to do by getting into another long-term relationship like that? And also the full scope of the interview wasn't that she would never be in another relationship. Right. That because she's been single for so many years, she knows that she would go into a new relationship differently than she ever had before. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times people don't give themselves that time to just be single.
Right.
Because someone has told you that makes you deficient in some way, so let me hurry up and get a man. Mm-hmm. Or let me hurry up and get a girlfriend. Versus you just spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself, and not being on the clock. So I took great offense. I took great offense to it because I've never been married. I don't have any kids. And I feel the same way. I ain't doing that no more. And every time I get out of a situation, because I haven't been in that many relationships, but every time I get out of a situation, you know, I tell you, girl, remind me not to do that no more. I don't even know how did I get there? I didn't mean to do that. Mm-hmm. So the fact that she mentioned it in a podcast, people took it and really ran with it, and she can't keep a man.
They took headlines because, like you said, she didn't say she was never getting in a relationship again, but she did say she was going to take some time to be with herself,
and then she enjoyed being a single mother.
And remember what that was like. She has these kids that she's raising. Let me just focus on them.
I would imagine, outside of any financial concerns, I think, and being brought up by a single mom, there is some autonomy and luxury in it. Because I'm not having to talk to you about nothing. I'm not looking for you to do something that I'm going to have to pick up the slack on. I know what it is. It's me and my kids. We got this. Yeah. You can have your own little schedule and your own life set up in that way versus all the other stuff you have to do when you're navigating somebody else. But it's just amazing how whether it's Halle Berry or Janet Jackson, or it's a lot of especially Black actresses that either have never gotten married or have had short marriages that just get dogged out, particularly by Black men. Oh, they must be crazy.
We should have had a man on here to hear his point of view. Probably would have made us mad, but that
probably. Well, what we'll do is,
I would like to know
this podcast, we can say, hey, we want a guy on to talk about this next week.
Yeah, because I would like to know what that argument is like. And there's a lot of single men out there saying that stuff too. I'm like, okay, so what does that say about you? Because we all got a little crazy in us.
Well.
No, we do.
I mean, how do you mean that?
But I mean, I want to know really the root of that anger. Like, is she supposed to be like, because who she is? Do y'all think that she thinks she's better than anybody? She's tried it. She's been married 3 times.
And that's what's crazy, because I don't see people calling J-Lo crazy. For people that are listening and can't see it.
Y'all gotta see these reactions, bro. Because that headline.
No, but I'm saying I've never heard Elizabeth Taylor called crazy. They got married a lot.
Yeah.
They didn't have long marriages.
Yeah.
They got married a lot. But when Halle Berry says, okay, I think I'm good, I'm gonna chill. Oh, well, you might as well chill. You crazy. But I think of the, Gabrielle Union is married now, but she used to be on that list of the Taraji P. Hensons and Sanaa Lathan and Tracy Ellis Ross and Regina Hall and Regina King and all these beautiful Black talented actresses that have been single. When I say single, I don't know what their situation is at home. I know Taraji is engaged now.
Right.
But, they present as single women.
Right. Right.
And that's just scratched the surface. And so it's the assumption if a woman is over a certain age, and I'm not even saying is it, the assumption is that if a woman is of a certain age, something is wrong with her.
Mm-hmm. Well, it clearly is
there any credence to that?
No, but I think, not that there's anything wrong with her. I think that as you grow older as a single woman, your desires and a mate shift a little bit as far as what you want out of it. When you're younger, you're trying to build something together. Maybe, if you're fresh out of college and get married, you're going to grow up together. But when you grow up by yourself and you become an adult by yourself and you become successful by yourself, it's hard to find that, okay, so how does this make me not step backwards? How does this keep pushing me forward? And a lot of people, so it's just hard. You have an independent mind, for sure, because you make all the decisions for your household. So that's something that you have to adjust to. So that probably is a big factor in it.
We've discussed it before in another episode that we don't present a need to be saved. And so as you mentioned it, when you grow up by yourself as an adult into womanhood, what do I need you for? And so whereas I might have been more dependent on a relationship if I had been in a relationship, if I had been in a relationship, I'd be more dependent on the next relationship. But since I'm single most of the time, I'm not dependent upon any relationship, but I need to be in one.
Yeah. You're not waiting I don't wait to experience new things.
Right.
I know friends are like, oh no, I'll wait to go to Paris when I get my husband. Why? The opportunity presents itself, I'm there. I hate to say it. I'm not gonna, because that husband may never come. I hate to say it too.
But see, you say that and I don't believe you and I don't agree with you.
You don't believe me?
Nope.
That I would wait on somebody to go halfway across the world?
No, I believe you've been waiting. Do I believe? No, I'm saying you single. You ain't got married. I'm saying
I know, but I haven't stopped my life because of that.
No, I'm not saying stop your life. Maybe I misunderstood what you were saying. I was thinking you were saying that you weren't waiting. I'm saying you have waited for that person.
Yeah.
Waiting for your life.
No, I was saying people who say I can't, I don't want to, my first time be in Vegas as a single woman or, things like that, like having life experiences.
No, I agree. I dated a guy who had been married for 7 years and got divorced. And we were going our way to our first trip. And it was my first time sitting on a plane next to somebody I'm about to be on vacation with as an adult woman. And I said, it's my first time going on vacation on a plane with a boo. And he said, me too. And I said, no, I'm saying this is my first time being with a boo going on vacation on a plane. And he said, me too. And I'm like, you were married for 7 years. They never went nowhere. And so I'm sitting there on the plane and I text one of my many single girlfriends. I said, keep doing you, keep traveling the world, because if you don't do nothing, you're going to get somebody that don't do nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
You ain't waiting to go get somebody to do something with.
Because they may not want to anyway.
Well, that's not what you're going to draw to you. Like attracts like. So if you ain't never gone and done that, then how you going to attract somebody that's ever gone and done something? You're going to have somebody that's boring just like you.
So back to the crazy. Do you think there's some credence to that?
No.
That's all you got?
Yep. Let me say this, because crazy, sometimes people don't understand what that word means. It's such a range of what it can mean. I know why you single, and I know why I'm single. Would I put crazy on the list? No. Would I put personality traits, certain personality traits on the list? Yes.
You don't like just using that crazy word just loosely?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, somebody might say, man, she crazy. She wanted me to show up when I said I was coming, and she wanted me to get called, and she wanted me to return text. Man, she crazy. Well, that's why I ain't got no man, because ain't nobody done none of them simple things. So if he says she crazy because she got mad at me because I said, let's go to dinner, and then I didn't call her for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I don't see how that can be considered crazy.
Everybody ex-girlfriend crazy. Everybody ex-girlfriend crazy, according to them. So I just take great offense to it. Fellas, if you're watching or hearing it, please comment and let us know, why do men think that women of a certain age, and I mean, people put it on memes or say, oh, well, you know, if she's this age and she's never been married and she don't have kids, something wrong with her physically or something, you know, I'm trying to be nice about how I say what they say. But it's like, or maybe I'm distinguishing, and maybe I have discernment, and maybe I haven't gotten in situations that would not have served me well, and I should be applauded and congratulated that I have made it to 45, and I don't have no baby daddies or ex-husbands or anything too tragic from my past, because when I see something ain't right, I go ahead and say, I can stop this now. I don't have to do this. This don't seem like it's going to be my life situation. Congratulate me.
Do women do the same thing with men, though? If they're 45, 50 years old, never been married, never had kids, do we look like, if they seem to be, you know, everything on the surface seems fine, you know, successful? I
don't tend to think they're crazy, but I do believe they're doing what they want to do. I do believe they want to be single.
I agree. It's a choice at that point. I feel like
when a man is that age, if he's hetero and wants a woman and says he wants to get married, and either he has never been married or he's been single for a long time. I dated a guy who had been divorced for 13 years. And so you would think there's two ways to look at that. Either he wants to be single because he's been single for 13 years, or he's ready to settle down because he's been divorced for 13 years. I end up finding out he wants to be single. That's how he feels comfortable. I knew another man, 50 years old, never married. And I said to him, I find it so hard to believe you never married, you're attractive, and you say you want to get married. I said, you actually probably don't want to get married. It's just something you say, because all women aren't great women. All women aren't marriage material, and you ain't gonna like all women. But once you count out all them thousands of people, you still got tens of hundreds of thousands left.
Right.
So some ain't squaring up, because I feel like for us, we haven't had strong options to make us not be single. I feel like men have stronger options just by with them dating women.
I agree. And the statistics show it, you know?
Right. It's just a lot more of us out there willing and able. So when a guy chooses to stay single, it's because he wants to be single. So I don't think they're necessarily crazy, but I've had that conversation with guys where, you know, the 50-year-old who had never been married, and I said, oh, well, if you're 50 and you say you want to get married and you've never been married, you don't actually want to get married. And he said, well, maybe it's you. Maybe. I said, no, I know I'm not the special one. What I have learned through 1,000 years of dating is I am not special.
That's one thing I can say.
I am not special. Because when they tell you about the ex-girlfriend, and they tell you about how the last relationship ended, and they tell you all these horror stories, but they say, but no, that was then, this is now, that was her, this is you. What I do know, whatever he did to her, you next.
Yeah, I agree.
That's $1 we can close on that word. Follow us on Twitter, Insta, Facebook, YouTube, and become a Patreon subscriber, because we talk about stuff in another way. Whereas I might say, yeah, I've dated a guy who said this on Patreon. I'm going to say, here go his address and phone number.
No, we don't. We do go more detail. We have an ongoing soap opera we're into right now in this period. So,
which is a little bit more in depth. So make sure you check out our Patreon as well. We appreciate y'all listening. Don't forget, if you are listening, this exact audio is attached to video where you can see us talking. It's on YouTube, on our YouTube page, Oh No Girl Yes. It's also on our Facebook page, Oh No Girl Yes. We ain't crazy. Oh no, he did.
Girl, yes, he did. And he did too.
And he did too. And him over there too.